Good morning. This is KELOLAND on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your Sunday. We also have your Boredom Busters coming up, but first, our top story. People who can't afford to celebrate Thanksgiving with a meal received a free holiday dinner Saturday thanks to Feeding South Dakota. Cars were lined up as early as 4 o'clock in the morning north of the fairgrounds. The long line speaks to the need within the community. Feeding South Dakota has seen a 15 to 20% increase of families in need of helping putting food on the table. This distribution allowed families to receive Thanksgiving fixings, including turkey, stuffing, and pie. Feeding South Dakota also gave away free meals in Rapid City on Saturday. People in Sioux Falls stepped into the hardships of homelessness on Saturday. More than 100 people took part in the Walk a Mile in My Shoe event, which highlights the reality of hunger and homelessness in the community. Participants were asked to bring a backpack filled with 15 pounds of non-perishable items to experience what it's like to lug all of your earthly possessions on your shoulders.
A backpack of 15 pounds, it really makes you think of, this is unfortunately what our homeless face every single day. They carry everything that they own in a backpack because they don't have a home of their own.
The backpacks and their contents were donated to the St. Francis House. The walk capped off National Hunger and Homeless Week. A deal can be found at every turn during the holiday season, but the Better Business Bureau is encouraging consumers to read the fine print first. This mock advertisement was created by the Better Business Bureau to help shoppers see through a bad ad. Be especially wary of exaggerated claims, vague promises, and big discounts.
Ultimately, the onus is on us as a consumer that we need to do our research and figure out if we are really getting the best price for the best value.
If you run into a problem, you can file a complaint with the Better Business Bureau or contact the Department of Consumer Protection. Let's get our first look at the forecast now with meteorologist Scott Munt in the Storm Center. Good morning, Scott.
All right, good morning, Perry. Good morning, everybody. It looks like we'll have temperatures today a couple of degrees below average across eastern South Dakota. A little windy, too. Strong northwest winds will come in around 15 to 25 miles per hour. Every now and then we may get a higher gust. We'll go with a high temperature in Sioux Falls at 38. That may happen around the midday hour and then slowly fall after that. Aberdeen and northeastern South Dakota, you can expect temperatures into the middle 30s around noon and then slowly falling. The winds will start to die down as we go into the later part of the afternoon. Central South Dakota, we'll say numbers near 40 today. Northwest winds at 15 to 25. Those winds will taper off as we go through the afternoon hours. We'll have light winds across western South Dakota today. Rapid City's high temperature at 41. I think that will happen with partly cloudy conditions. I'll have more details on your KELOLAND Live Doppler forecast coming up.
All right, thank you very much, Scott. Well, as people prepare to head out on their holiday travels this week, distracted driving and cell phone use remain dangerous habits behind the wheel on South Dakota roads and elsewhere. New data from AAA shows 37% of U.S. drivers used a handheld device, while 34% read a text or email message while driving last year. 45% reported they drove 15 or more miles per hour over the speed limit in 2020. AAA says rates of speeding and distracted driving remain stubbornly high. You can read the entire results of the survey reported by South Dakota Newswatch, including some encouraging numbers about impaired driving and red light running, by going to this story here at KELOLAND.com. The Sioux Empire Brass presents its holiday concert at Westminster Presbyterian Church in Sioux Falls. The 35-piece brass choir's performance is at 4 o'clock. A free will offering will be taken. Falls Park is aglow for the holidays with Winter Wonderland. You can check out the festive lights on display nightly from 5 to midnight through January 9th. Trains at Christmas features more than 150 tables of model railroad items for sale, plus 8 operating train layouts, including a large Lego city. The show is taking place from 10 to 4 in the Expo Center at the W.H. Line Fairgrounds. Admission is $5, free for children 12 and under. The Autumn Festival at the Sioux Falls Convention Center features hundreds of the nation's finest artists and crafters displaying and selling their works today. There will also be hourly gift certificate winners. Today's hours are from 10 to 5. Admission is $9, free for children under 10. VFW Post 628 is hosting an all-you-can-eat pancake breakfast. Serving time is at 8:30 to noon at the South Dakota Military Heritage Alliance. The cost is $6 for adults, $2 for children. Scott?
And in weather for today, we'll go with windy conditions across eastern KELOLAND. Those winds will die down as we do go through the later part of the afternoon. And for tomorrow, relatively quiet day. 50s do return across western South Dakota, and I think we'll have 50s and 60s for all of Kettleland as we do get into Tuesday. Strong southerly winds return in eastern and southeastern Kettleland. And then we have some moisture here come Wednesday, but I think mainly across western South Dakota. That slight hit of a light snow shower or flurry. Moisture is very, very limited. Thanksgiving Day itself, we could start with temperatures in the teens. It could be the coldest morning of the season come in here for Thanksgiving morning. And then during the day, probably 20s and 30s will be found across eastern Kettleland. We'll have 40s in western South Dakota. Temperatures for today in the 30s and 40s across western Kettleland. Tonight, temperatures will fall to the teens and 20s in the east, 20s and 30s central and western South Dakota. And then for tomorrow, not as windy, temperatures will hit the 40s and 50s. And you can always check the details of the 7-day forecast while you're here online. Enjoy your day.